Olá, sejam todos bem-vindos à nova transmissão aqui no nosso canal WillPTV. Hoje agora trazendo então para vocês o compacto da missão do que foi então a Rocket Lab, a missão Fasten Your Space Belts. Esta missão então lançou um satélite na baixa órbita. Aí esse foi o lançamento também de número 60 do Electron. Lançamento número 2 da Rocket Lab em 2025. De acordo aqui com os nossos dados, o Electron foi lançado aqui pelo horário de Brasília às 8 horas e 15 minutos. Tá? Ou 23 horas e 15 minutos pelo horário internacional. O lançamento foi realizado na Nova Zelândia, no complexo lá de lançamento de Mahia, Nova Zelândia, tá? Como o tempo de duração foi longo, nós vamos então ver apenas o compacto deste lançamento para vocês, tá bom? Então não se esqueça mais uma vez de estar então aí se inscrevendo aqui no nosso canal, de curtir, comentar, compartilhar. Então vamos ao nosso compacto daí da Rocket Lab. Só deixa eu colocar no ponto aqui para vocês. Rocket Lab então aí na tela para vocês. Vamos lá. Então, lembrando que o lançamento foi realizado às 20 horas e 15 minutos do dia 18 de fevereiro de 2025, tá? Lá na Nova Zelândia. Então vamos aí com o que foi, né, com a missão aí da Rocket Lab.
At Launch Complex 1 is our 60th Electron rocket ready to go to space for an Earth imaging mission for Black Sky. It's a beautiful afternoon to launch with the countdown to liftoff scheduled for 12:17 local time or 23:17 UTC. My name is Sam Peters, and with me is Hannah Jury from our Electron project engineering team. We'll be taking you through today's mission to space, set to launch in just over 16 minutes from now.
Thank you, Sam. It certainly is a stellar afternoon to go to space. Today's mission for Black Sky is headed to a 470-kilometre circular low Earth orbit with Gen 3. Gen 3 is the first of a new series of Black Sky spacecraft that will join their constellation of Earth imaging satellites already on orbit. We started launching for Black Sky all the way back in 2019 when Electron launches were still in their single digits. Our mission today is called Fasten Your Space Belts, and it's the first of multiple dedicated missions on Electron that are lined up for Black Sky's constellation. Constellation building requires flexibility and control over how, when, and where your satellites are deployed, and that's a service we're glad to be providing for our customer today. For more about their mission, here's a video from Black Sky. Overall for Black Sky, making us the most prolific launch provider for their constellation to date. Black Sky is one of our earliest and longest standing mission partners, and it's great to be back on the pad with them once again to advance and expand their constellation.
Now, if you've seen enough Electron launches before, you might have noticed that the nose cone for today's mission is looking a little bit longer than it usually does. That's because we're flying an extended fairing today, which better accommodates the dimensions of Black Sky's new Gen 3 satellite. Customized fairings are a simple way that we can tailor Electron launches to meet a wide range of mission requirements. Now each sit atop the same launch vehicle with a common interface to the fairing, which reduces integration time and cost.
All of this to say that the beauty of our launch vehicle is that with a common launch platform, we're able to support multiple mission profiles, whether you're flying in orbit or below it.
Now we are at T minus 13 minutes in the countdown. Let's get an update from the mission control team as they run the go, no-go poll for today's launch. Our operators in mission control will report in on Electron's different systems and confirm with a go or no-go if everything's looking good for launch. This ranges from the payload status and the rocket's environmental conditions to its propellant tank levels and whether the skies will remain clear at liftoff.
That's right, and from range control in Mahia, our operators there will report on the range's readiness and launch Complex 1's ground systems to confirm the pad is ready for liftoff. All operators report up to the launch director in charge of operations, and today, in mission control, our launch director is Michael Pearson. Let's tune in now to the poll as that status update gets underway.
And LD to all stations on mission, proceeding with the go, no-go sequence. Stage.
Stage is go.
Avionics.
Avionics is go.
GNC.
GNC is go.
VCON.
VCON is go.
T1.
T1 is go.
GC.
GC is go.
PLS.
PLS is go.
RSO.
RSO is go.
MET.
MET is go.
MM.
MM is go.
And LD sub.
LD sub is go.
Okay, all stations, that concludes the go, no-go sequence. We are T minus 11 minutes, 15 seconds and counting. We are go for terminal count auto sequence at T minus 10 minutes. From this time, the 3-word hold procedure is in effect.
The countdown clock is continuing and we are go for liftoff of our 60th Electron mission. We're at T minus 10 minutes and counting, squaring us up for the launch attempt right on 12:17 local time or 23:17 UTC.
We are about to reach another Electron milestone today with our 60th rocket on the pad, ready for launch. Now 60 launches is an impressive feat, but how about 60 rockets in 60 seconds? Let's enjoy this hot and fast recap of every Electron launch.
Always free of traffic jams.
And made it just more
Minutes into the mission. T minus 2 minutes, control of the countdown is taken over by Electron's flight computer, which will manage final operations autonomously. Our launch director will then count the clock down from T minus 10 seconds, with Electron's engines set to ignite at T minus 2 seconds for a liftoff right on T0.
That's right, and very soon we will be on our way to space for the 60th launch. We're bringing up the audio channels now for mission control to listen through that countdown in real time. So we'll be back with you shortly after liftoff.
Auto sequence is locked.
And confirm all expected flight computer ASGOs are green.
As goes the green.
Okay, all stations, we are go for auto sequence start at T minus 2 minutes. LD is go for launch.
The vehicle is fully on internal power. FTS is green and enabled for flight.
Box load is complete. System is in recirculation. Anti-geyser is disabled. Stage 1 and Stage 2 tanks are pressed for flight.
High flow engine purges enabled.
T minus 20 seconds and counting. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff.
Beacon's going back. Getting picture of it.
Stage 1 propulsion nominal.
Fasten your space belts. We are on our way to space with Electron. Velocity and altitude are increasing towards our target of around 27,000 kilometers an hour and an insertion altitude of around 205 kilometers. Now that we've cleared the launch pad, the next major milestone is max Q. This is the point during the flight in which Electron experiences the highest aerodynamic stress that we can expect during ascent. Now, let's listen into mission control for that crucial call.
Cleared max Q. AGP discharge.
There goes Electron sailing cleanly through max Q and carrying onwards to space. You gotta love a daytime launch. We are getting some beautiful views from the onboard cameras back at Earth right now. Electron is now at an altitude of around 21 kilometers and traveling at speeds past 2,900 kilometers per hour. Coming up next is a particularly busy sequence of events, each occurring with only seconds of each other. Electron will first perform main engine cutoff, what we call MECO, which will shut down the Stage 1 Rutherford engines. That's followed by stage separation and then ignition of its space-optimized Rutherford engine to carry on with the mission. You can watch it all unfold across these camera views shortly.
Stage 1 propulsion holding nominal. Stand by for MECO in 30 seconds.
$15 seconds to staging.
Entered burnout detect mode.
MECO confirmed.
Stage separation confirmed.
Stage 2 ignition confirmed.
And that is exactly what we wanted. MECO, stage separation, and second stage ignition all performed flawlessly on Electron's 60th flight. The rocket's second stage fired up healthy and is now continuing well on its way to orbit with Black Sky's Gen 3 payload, traveling now at more than 8,000 kilometers per hour. With the weight of the first stage gone, it's time to drop some more and streamline the journey to space for the second stage. Electron's fairing will soon split and eject its nose cone halves, introducing Gen 3 to the vacuum of space for the very first time. What we're waiting to hear next from Mission Control is that fairing jettison is confirmed. Let's listen in. And there goes that nose cone. Electron's fairing has been jettisoned. We are now 3 minutes into the flight with less than 6 minutes remaining for the second stage burn.
Guidance is nominal.
Right, T plus 4 minutes on the clock, and the mission is continuing nominally for Electron and Black Sky's Gen 3 satellite. Having made it through liftoff, stage separation, second stage ignition, and fairing jettison, our next milestone is one that you will only witness on Electron. Our rocket's 3D printed engines are electrically powered by batteries, but the energy needing to keep the rocket going into space means that those batteries can drain within minutes. To keep the mission moving along, Electron's flight computer instructs the second stage to switch the engine's power source to its next battery pack, and it's a move we call the battery hot swap.
When that action happens, the old set of batteries are jettisoned and fall away from Electron, so you might catch them on your screen when they do. Otherwise, the comms call to confirm battery hot swap was successful should be coming up shortly from Mission Control.
Guidance is nominal. 200 seconds remaining.
HUB discharge holding nominal, approaching up thrust in 30 seconds.
Throttling down.
Battery jettison confirmed.
Confirmed hot thrust successfully.
Electron has successfully completed its battery hot swap on the second stage. We're now 6 minutes into the flight at an altitude of 204 kilometres. We've passed most key milestones for this launch, with only a few more to go, including second engine cutoff. At SECO, the Rutherford engine will throttle down and then stop in preparation for kick stage separation. This marks the end of the first phase of the mission, which is expected at around 9 minutes into the flight.
Now, the journey from the launch pad to the mission's target altitude takes less than 10 minutes altogether. Now, at T plus 7 minutes since launch, that means we only have a couple more minutes to go until Electron concludes this first phase of the mission. Our speed is at more than 19,000 kilometers an hour, so not much more to go now until we reach that optimal insertion speed of around 27,000 kilometers an hour.
Only a few seconds now until we reach SECO, or second engine cutoff. This is the moment when Electron's second stage Rutherford engine shuts down ahead of stage separation, with the kick stage carrying Black Sky's Gen 3 payload. Standing by with mission control for that call.
Seeker confirmed.
Stage separation confirmed.
Nominal transfer orbit achieved.
Beautiful. A clean engine shutdown for Electron and a smooth separation for the kick stage with Black Sky's Gen 3 satellite. Great work so far by today's mission. Electron mission called Fasten Your Space Belts launched from Launch Complex 1 just 53 minutes ago, carrying a single Gen 3 satellite for Black Sky to add to its constellation of Earth imaging sats. But now it is time to unbuckle and get ready for payload deployment, because we are just a few minutes away from completing Electron's final actions that will place Gen 3 on orbit and complete our mission.
Over the past 40 minutes or so, Gen 3 has been coasting around Earth attached to Electron's kick stage. And just moments ago, the 3D printed Curie engine ignited to start our final circularization burn that sets up payload deployment. Curie is our tiny engine we've designed and manufactured for in-space propulsion. It allows us to adjust orbits and make the changes needed to ensure satellites are delivered exactly where they need to go, which is exactly what you need when you're building out a constellation. Engine shut.
Payload deployment confirmed.
Welcome to Space Gen 3. That's payload deployment confirmed from Mission Control. Congratulations to the launch team and congratulations to Black Sky. Welcome to orbit once again. Today's mission was the first of multiple missions we have lined up with Black Sky to add to their Earth imaging constellation. So you won't have to wait long for another Black Sky launch on Electron.
And with that, our 60th launch is another mission success for Electron. There's just no slowing down for us anytime soon though, with our next mission scheduled and ready to fly from LC1 in just a few short weeks. We'll share the full details for that mission across all the usual sites and platforms where you can keep up to date with Rocket Lab news.
And don't forget, if you want to be part of the team building spacecraft, their components, and sending them up to space, check out the careers section of our website at rocketlabusa.com. Thank you for joining us today. It's always a pleasure to share our missions with you, and we'll see you back on the pad soon. This is Rocket Lab Mission Control, signing off.